everybody, I'm back to doing another TV review. This one is on the new show called Dating Naked that premiered Thursday night. Season 1, Episode 1. Okay, you guys. First of all, I just want to touch on something for a few minutes before I start talking about this show. First off, have y'all seen this show? It's interesting at best. The main wow factor is that they are showing these people naked, and it's not just the fact that they're blurring everything and that they're seeing each other naked, but they're actually showing people's asses on the show on network TV during prime time. I didn't think I would ever see anything like that here in the United States. And don't get me wrong, y'all, I'm not a prude. I am far from it. But you gotta understand, growing up, I've never thought that this would happen, that they would show nudity like that. You see it on HBO, you see it on, Showtime, those kind of channels, you understand. But on a network TV, I can't get past it, so it is extremely shocking to watch. And they actually show their asses on TV. And not just for a quick second, but for as long as they want to show the shot, and often. Now, I know they started doing this stuff a while back. I must have missed the memo on when they were allowed to do this, but I know NYPD Blue was showing butts on their show. I guess to symbolize their show. They were in the shower or whatever. I never watched a show like that, but I seen a clip or two when it was on and knew that that was supposed to be a big thing. Other than that, I didn't know they were doing that. And they got another show on too, but I'll talk about that a little bit later. But have y'all seen this show? I have to say that it is interesting at best, mainly because they are new. So the show goes like this. They are, I guess, on some island. They didn't say where they were, but everything they pretty much do is a water sport. And they're on some kind of, look like a resorted, secluded island. The two people that meet up, and I guess this is how they're going to do their premises, I'm not really sure. But there's two people, a man and a woman. They'll meet each other. This is what they did. They met each other fully clothed for the first time. They got a host. Her name is Amy. I never heard of her. I don't know where she's from. Now, she was the only one that wasn't nude. Everybody else was nude. But I guess because she's a host, you don't have to be. I get it, but still, I get it. So they meet each other clothed. And then what they do is they strip down, they go into a secluded area, and then they meet back with each other naked. And then they go on their date. The first group was Joe and Wee Wee. And they did they got in the water in this little bubble or something. They was pushing up against the water. And then when they went to go have dinner, the clothing was optional. They usually were clothed and had tops and bottoms on. So they were clothed during the dinner. Then they get in the pool and then they would get naked. And then you just see them doing their activities. You'll see them talk and sit down, and they would be nude talking, usually before they would get to the dinner part. And then dinner, like I said, they're talking. So it was interesting. You saw them do their dates, and then they would go on the next day. So what they did, they went on 3 separate dates, each of them, Joe and Wee Wee. So Joe went on the next date with this lady. I think her name was Jasmine. Jasmine was really pretty, and he had a real attraction to Jasmine. But Jasmine seemed to be like the player, the kind that would want men to chase her, and he didn't know if she was really serious about really dating and finding like that one person, because he was really looking to date that one person. Now, when he was on a date with Wee Wee, he liked Wee Wee, but he didn't know if Wee Wee and him could be just friends or it could be something more, because I think he liked her. He thought she was attractive, but he didn't have that wow factor, that oh my gosh, I want to date her factor, as he did with Jasmine. But then Jasmine turned out to be more like a player, so that turned him really off from her. They went on, they got in the water too. I forgot. What did they do? I forgot what they did. But they got in the water, and then they ate as well, and then they went back to the pool. And when they go back to the pool, Wee Wee is there, so they all meet up with each other. And then I think Joe finally kissed Wee Wee, but then he also kissed Jasmine. And then Wee Wee had a problem with him being so close to Jasmine because she wants him. But then you're on a dating show, so if he likes her, why would you be so that? I mean, I get it. I know why she was upset, because she wanted him, but you can't be that upset because the whole point is he's trying to fill everybody out. You're just mad because you want him to be with you and just have the attraction for you. Or maybe she felt less self-esteem because Jasmine really is a very pretty girl. And Wee Wee looks average looking, but, you know, to the average person, they get self-conscious when that's the case. I mean, I understand. But, you know, she was really, like, in her feelings. I'm just like, y'all are all dating. She was dating other people, too. So she dates this other guy. His name is John. Oh, I'm sorry. Wee Wee, I think she looks like she's Italian, but I think she's white. Joe is white. So then Wee Wee goes on a date with John. John's a tall, skinny, kind of nerdy white guy. Seemed nice, but she didn't have no chemistry with him. They do like finger painting. They start painting on each other's bodies, and they start rubbing their bodies on the paper. And then they had lunch too, and then they, of course, they go back to the pool, and then they all see each other and meet up, and they all talk, you know, but no chemistry for Wee Wee and John. John, I think he liked Wee Wee, but again, the two people, which is John and Wee Wee, are the ones that decide who they want to date in the end. The other people that they date don't get a chance to date the other people. They can talk to them and hang out with them, but the ultimate decision is whether or not Joe and Wee Wee choose each other or choose other people. So Wee Wee goes out with this guy named Justice, black guy. Justice was fine. Nice looking guy, nice body. And yeah, they show his ass a lot. They show his ass, Wee Wee's ass, Justice, everybody's ass they show a lot. Okay. Justice was fine. And him and Wee Wee were pretty much going through the woods and just discovering nature, looking at birds and shit. You know, and just talking about different stuff and, you know, getting to know each other. But Wee Wee didn't feel no chemistry with Justice. She said he was the least person that she felt chemistry with. Mainly because I think she felt like he was a player. And she even said that you seem like a player and seem like the kind of person that wouldn't really want to date just one person and take one person seriously. He said, you know, you don't have to feel that way. I don't mean I'm a player, but, you know, who knows. And he didn't really feel the chemistry with her either. And then, let me see. Okay, then Joe, I'm sorry, Joe was the main guy with Wee Wee. Joe went out with this black girl named Chrissy. Chrissy seemed to be cool, but Chrissy was more like a punk rocker girl. More punk rockish, very slim. You could tell she was very flat chested. Her booty, you know, I mean, she didn't have a lot of booty either, but, you know, they had a nice time. They went on like not a jet ski, but the kind of things where you hang off of and you let the machine go really fast. I don't know what you call that, but it was interesting because they fell off the water, and, you know, they're all doing this all naked. And then they had lunch as well. And then they, most of the time, clothed up when they're eating. And then when they go in the pool, everybody gets naked. And then, you know, in the end, Joe, like I said, he kissed Wee Wee. And she really had feelings for him. But she wasn't sure because he wound up kissing. Jasmine kissed him in the cabin, you know, secluded. They didn't, as far as we know, they didn't see the kiss, but she could tell they were close together, and Wee Wee got upset. So she wasn't sure who she wanted to pick, because even though she liked Joe, she thought that he was after somebody that didn't want to really, you know, ain't really looking for love like she is. So the competition is really between Joe and Jasmine and Wee Wee and Joe. And then Joe and Wee Wee. So in the end, they all get back together, all naked. Oh, let me just say, John, you know, he was like a tall, slender dude, nice, cute guy in the face, but like I said, kind of nerdy. He had a nice, his body was all right. Joe's body was really nice too. I could do without the tattoos, but his body was, you know, his body was decent and really nice. Had a nice butt, and you know, I wasn't really looking at the women's butts, but you know, they were all right too. I'm just saying. So, and like I said, you get plenty of time to look at their asses. Yes. So in the end, the host comes back with the 4 people on one end, and then Joe and Wee Wee side by side, and they get to pick who they want, and they each tell everybody who they felt they had the least chemistry with. Joe said he had the least chemistry with Chrissy, but he liked her as a friend. Wee Wee said the least person of chemistry she had with was Justice, the black guy. And then in the end, Joe picked Wee Wee as the person he wanted to continue having a date with. In the end, Wee Wee was not really sure who she wanted to be with. She was kind of mad because of him having all this attraction to Jasmine. She said that with all them being there, but she said in the end she picked Joe too. And then they wound up walking off together, and then other people left, and then they gave you this blurb on that Wee Wee was going to plan on seeing Joe sometime in the summer in New York, and that's all they really said. So this show was just, I mean, that's really it, y'all. So like I said, they wound up choosing each other. I guess the premise of the show is to see the two people together. They date first, and then they each choose two other people to date, and then they pick who they want side by side. I guess that's the premise of it. Now, the other people that they met, Joe when he met Chrissy and Jasmine, and Wee Wee when she met Justice and John, they met each other first for the first time naked. They took their clothes off. You see them taking their clothes off in a secluded area, and then they walked towards each other naked. The only people that saw each other clothes for the first time was Joe and Wee Wee. So I guess that's how they're going to do it. It was an interesting show. I couldn't get past all the nudity because I'm not used to seeing that on network TV. So I was clutching my heart, and I was dying through the whole thing. You know, it was just funny to me. I mean, can y'all imagine if they had that? For y'all that's really older like me and remember growing up and not having shows like that, could you imagine what our parents would have done if they would have had that on network TV? We would. I mean, it would have been hell on earth. We would have been able to watch nothing, and that would have been talk of school next. Hey man, did you see that naked? Did you see all that shows? I remember they were showing them naked people. Yeah, man, it would have been a field day with us. So I don't know what parents are gonna do about their kids seeing that now. Because again, like I said, it's on VH1, y'all. If you got basic cable, you can see it, and they're rerunning it all different times of the day. And when they first premiere it, it's not premiering late at night. You know, I'm not, like I said, I'm not judging, but it's just extremely weird to see. And just as a side note, have y'all seen the show called Buying Naked? A nudist colony where real estate agents are going and showing nudist houses. I can't even tell you what the houses look like because I keep seeing the same thing, keep showing asses on screen. I just can't get past it, and I probably never will. It's just interesting to watch the show. So you guys, that's it. That's my review. I don't know if I'm going to review it every week. I will watch it, but it just depends on how I feel as far as reviewing it. But you know, that's it, y'all. So let me know what you think. Did you see this show? Did you like it? Was the nudity interesting to you, or you don't think nothing of it? Tell me what you think. All right, your comments are appreciated. Okay. All right, everybody, and that's it. You have a good day. Have a good night. Thanks for watching my video. Thanks for watching this review on this show about dating naked. And I will see you in the next video, all right? Until then, everybody, take care. Bye. Dating naked. Titties and asses. Bye.